Welcome back to the Chelsweets kitchen. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make this feast of holiday cakes. Begin by making the ham cake. Stack pink layers and frost with a honey buttercream. Use a circle cutter to remove the center of 3 of the layers and fill with sprinkles. Stack with remaining cake layers and then insert with a wooden dowel to make the trimming process easier. Use a serrated knife to trim the cake into the shape of a ham. Add a thin crumb coat and then flip the cake over and add on the pink and brown fondant. Trim away the excess fondant and then begin to score the sides using a fondant tool. Once the lines of the spiral ham are in place, torch the fondant using a kitchen torch. Next, add in the bone to the ham and then paint using some vodka and brown gel food coloring. Then use some green buttercream to create a garnish around the cake. To make the pie cake, make rainbow swirled cake layers using your favorite vanilla layer cake recipe. The recipe and detailed instructions for all of these cakes are up on Chelsweets.com. Once the cake layers are swirled and baked, begin to stack and frost using a tan-colored buttercream. Next, use a serrated knife to trim the layers at an inverted angle. Cover with a thin layer of ivory-colored buttercream and then add tan fondant to the sides of the cake. Add some texture to the side of the cake to make it look like it baked in a pie tin, and then flip it over and remove about a ½ inch from the center top of the cake. Cover the exposed cake with red buttercream and then add your favorite cherry pie filling. Add a fondant crust around the filling and then carefully layer the pie lattice on top of the filling. Paint with a bit of ivory food coloring mixed with vodka. And last but not least, next is the Brussels sprouts cake. Cover funfetti cake layers with a black buttercream. Add sprinkles between the layers and then trim the sides to look like the shape of a skillet. Once the top is hollowed out slightly, cover the entire cake with more black buttercream. Smooth using an acetate sheet and then begin to make the Brussels sprout cake truffles. Create both full and semicircles of cake truffles and cover in white chocolate. Once the white chocolate is hardened, cover in a thin layer of fondant, score using a fondant tool, and paint using some green gel food coloring. Assemble the Brussels sprouts on top of the cake, and then torch using a kitchen torch to add some caramelization. And just like that, our holiday cakes are complete. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons below.